want to go now to Ari Schulman. He is a witness to this aircraft crash. Ari, thanks for joining us. First of all, tell us, where were you when you saw this happen?
I was driving south on the George Washington Parkway, which is the highway that runs from DC to Alexandria, and it runs right by the airport. If you're going to the airport, you take that highway.
And what did you see? And you were driving, you see this thing happen. What did it look like to you?
I saw only about 2 seconds of it, but I believe that what I saw was the collision. So I was headed south, going straight. The airport was off to my left. I was looking at the line of planes coming in because that highway lines up almost exactly with the line of planes coming in to land. It's just off to the right a little bit. So I was driving home, and I always watched that line of planes coming in. I saw how evenly spaced apart they were, and I thought there might be one right off to my left, right about to land. It looked like the spacing was right, so I looked off, and initially I saw the plane, and it looked fine, normal. It was right about to head over land, just maybe 120 feet above the water. It looked like a fairly, a small end but normal sized passenger jet, and it looked normal. It was level. So I looked back at the road, and then I looked back again just to see if I could maybe see it land. And this was 3 seconds later, and at that point it was banked all the way to the right. I would say maybe past the right, past 90 degrees. I could see the underside of it. It was lit up a very bright yellow, and there was a stream of sparks underneath it. It looked like a Roman candle, if you've ever held one of those on the 4th of July, but it was much, much bigger than that. It was high off the ground. I didn't see anything beyond that. I didn't see any helicopter. It's a very, very dark night out tonight, so anything that's not illuminated, you can't really see. So I didn't see the other aircraft, but I saw the plane banking at an angle that a plane shouldn't bank, and I saw sparks flying.
Wow. That drive that so many Washingtonians do, I've driven that many times myself. And those planes, as you said, it's extremely normal to see tons and tons of aircraft landing all the time. So you see this happening, you see the sparks flying. What happened next? What did you do next?
So I was turning my head to the left and I was driving, right? So I looked at this for, it couldn't have been more than 2 seconds, and then I needed to look back at the road. And then I looked back again. I wondered if I was going to see an explosion, a crash into the ground. I was trying to decide if I should call 911. This was all happening very, very quickly. So I wasn't thinking entirely rationally. But I turned back and I didn't see anything. I didn't see the plane hit the ground. I didn't see flames or an explosion or smoke. I didn't see emergency lights. It was so brief what I saw that I actually wondered for a moment if I had hallucinated it in some way. I kept driving, and just a few seconds later, I was too far along to be able to turn my head back and see the airport anymore. So I looped back around. I U-turned on the highway to go back and see if I could see anything. And when I turned back north and drove by the same point, I still didn't see anything. No flames, no crash, no nothing.
All right, Ari Schulman, thank you very much for joining us. And honestly, I'm so sorry that you actually witnessed this happen.